Innovate UK's net zero heat programme is driving faster innovations so the UK prospers from moving completely off gas for heating, space and water in buildings. The Net Zero Heat cohort are UK companies that will play a huge role in delivering this, and we're working collectively to overcome barriers to their growth and scaling out. We'd like to share their stories.
We're in Queen's Quay in Clydebank, to the west of Glasgow in Scotland, situated on the Firth of Clyde, and the facility behind me is the largest river source heat pump at high temperature in the UK, and it's been here since 2020, delivering clean heat to the buildings that are connected to the district heating network in Clydebank. The basic physics of a heat pump is that there's one part that is going cold and one part that is going warm. Inside the heat pump is a working fluid which is pushed around the system, and it's grabbing the heat from the source and cooling it down and pushing that heat to the warmer place and heating it up. It's a very efficient process. I bought into this sustainability mission many years ago. First jobs in Star were designing ice rinks and food factories and so on, but it was about 2008 we decided we needed to broaden the business, and it was just researching what's going on in the world. I realised climate change, people were talking about it, but really that sort of sense of what can we do about it, what skills can we bring to it. And innovation is it's an easy said word and harder to achieve, but the really smart thing about good innovation is that you achieve a different outcome using the same skill set you've got. So we didn't go away and decide that we're going to start making hot air balloons or rocket ships or something. We make industrial refrigeration plant. It's plant that goes cold in one place and hot in the other. But pivoting that skill set, whether it's design or manufacturing or project management or maintenance, pivoting that into this totally new market, I think was a really good thing to do. And we've had some brilliant success of that so far, but really the focal point going forwards is well over the horizon. We could see a huge amount of business in this particular segment, and I'd like to be thinking that we'll be exporting that around the world again. Queen's Quay in Clydebank, where the Queen Mary, the Queen Elizabeth and the QE2 were built, and they sailed all around the world. Why couldn't we be sending heat pumps all around the world? Innovate UK have been really helpful. What I immediately gained was a sense of commitment to this challenge of decarbonising. The cohort, for some of the businesses, it's about technical support and financial support. For us, it was bringing companies together just to chew ideas around. We had the pleasure of bringing, I think, 20 or so businesses here last year and showing them what we were doing, and getting that sort of sense of approval from them was incredibly valuable. And you just never know who's talking to who, behind the scenes elsewhere, and just getting that sense that people now get this broader picture that heat is not just about small buildings, it's about the big old buildings, and it's really quite reassuring that people bought into the vision. So the Innovate UK cohort's incredibly important because it brings together a variety of businesses. People manufacturing small components for houses, or people doing controls, us doing large heat pumps, bringing these disparate businesses together to bounce ideas off each other, just generally sort of chew the fat on what we need to do to get the right solutions going forward. It's incredibly important. Not always with an immediate goal in the next 5 minutes. It's sort of laying down relationships for the longer term, but they've been incredibly supportive of that sometimes daunting mission of innovating into a new space. It's not easy, so it's good to know that you're not alone.